Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to give you 8 latest defense updates. Number 1, featuring first of enhanced nuclear reactor. India's nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarine program continues to make significant strides with the induction of the INS Arighat into active service at the end of August 2024, following in the footsteps of its predecessor, INS Arihant. The INS Arighat marks a significant evolution in India's strategic deterrence capabilities. Commissioned in August 2016, the INS Arihant was India's first indigenously built SSBN. The submarine has a displacement of 6,000 tons and is powered by an 83 MW pressurized light water reactor using enriched uranium. Its successful integration into the Indian Navy represented a critical milestone in India's pursuit of a credible sea-based nuclear deterrent. Next, DRDO launches Dare to Dream Challenge for pilot ejection system. In a tribute to the visionary former president and eminent scientist Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the DRDO has unveiled the 5th edition of its prestigious innovation contest Dare to Dream 5.0. This edition seeks to push the boundaries of technological innovation, particularly in addressing the complex challenge of emergency evacuation for helicopter pilots. Helicopters, unlike the fixed-wing aircraft, do not typically feature ejection seats due to the presence of rapidly rotating blades, which complicate safe ejection. In emergency, especially engine failures during sea-bound operations, pilots rely on life-saving equipment like the helicopter emergency egress device to escape from the cockpit if they need to ditch the helicopter in water. However, this solution is less effective or entirely inapplicable during land-based operations. Next, RFP for 97 additional Tejas Mark 1A jets. The Indian Air Force has officially issued a request for proposal to HAL for the procurement of an additional 97 Tejas Mark 1A fighter jets. This step follows the preliminary approval granted by the Defense Acquisition Council, marking a significant expansion in the IAF's fleet of indigenous light combat aircraft. The new batch of Tejas Mark 1A jets is set to feature over 65% indigenous content, aligning with India's vision for self-reliance in defense manufacturing. The Mark 1A variant represents a leap in capability from the original Tejas Mk1 light combat aircraft, boasting several enhancements. Next, Baku's interest in Indian arms. AMIS reports that Azerbaijan, commonly referred to as Baku, has expressed interest in purchasing Indian-made weaponry. Defense analyst Ranesh Rajan has highlighted a significant geopolitical caveat. Speaking to the AFI, Rajan stated that Baku must first distance itself from Islamabad and align with India's stance on Kashmir before New Delhi would entertain the idea of selling Indian-made weapon system to Azerbaijan. The relationship between Baku and Islamabad has been notably warm, with Azerbaijan openly supporting Pakistan's position on the Kashmir issue. This stance has historically been at odds with India's national interest. He said that the trade with Azerbaijan would be contingent upon a shift in Baku's foreign policy regarding Kashmir and its diplomatic relationship with Pakistan. Next, China's J-16, the evolution of a multi-role powerhouse. In recent years, two Chinese fighter aircraft have drawn significant attention in military aviation circles. The fifth generation J-20 Mighty Dragon, comparable to the F-35, F-22 and Su-57, and the J-16, a multi-role fighter designed to rival Western aircraft like the Fa-18EF Super Hornet and Russia's advanced Su-35. Among these, the J-16 is increasingly regarded as the ultimate flanker. But is it truly deserving of this reputation? Please comment. The J-16 is one of 5 flanker derivatives produced domestically by China's Shenyang Aircraft Corporation. Its lineage traces back to the Russian Su-25 family, beginning with the J-11, China's first flanker variant produced under a license agreement in the late 1990s. Over the years, China transitioned from assembling Russian kits to designing indigenous upgrades, eventually developing the J-11B, a multi-role fighter that marked a departure from Russian reliance. Next, largest private drone testing facility in Nagpur. Nagpur-based Economic Explosives has taken a significant step in advanced India's unmanned aerial vehicle capabilities by establishing a 1.4-kilometer runway and testing facilities dedicated to long-range drone. This facility, touted as the largest of its kind in the private sector in India, marks an official milestone in the nation's push for indigenous drone development. Next, Japan, India startups to study laser-equipped satellite to tackle space debris. Space startups in Japan and India said on Tuesday that they had agreed to jointly study using laser-equipped satellites to remove debris from orbit, an experimental approach to the increasingly imminent problem of orbital congestion. Tokyo-based Orbital Lasers, an Indian robotics company, InSpacity, said they would study business opportunities for in-space services such as deorbiting a defunct satellite and expanding a spacecraft's life. Next, Indian Defence Forces preparing for future warfare. Preparing for future warfare, the Indian Defence Forces are aiming to expand their assets in space and bolster the strength of the agencies responsible for these tasks. A detailed presentation was recently made by the Department of Military Affairs, that is DMA, to senior Defence Ministry functionaries in the presence of service chiefs and the key stakeholders from the Indian Space Research Organisation and the DRDO. Thank you.